How's it going, Dokkan Ninja Turtles? Welcome back to another video. We are here because we have some EZAs of Goten and also this Vegeta down here. Now, I have already seen this Vegeta. I've already seen both the units and I know what they do. And I really got spoiled on the Vegeta because I got the notification for this. I'm not signed in right now, but I got the notification for this. And I looked for a second and then I was like, oh my goodness gracious. So yeah, I haven't seen the showcase, but I want to know what led to that, and also exactly how good I feel like I think he's probably going to be just from the passive and stuff like that. Because his EZA should be going pretty hard. Like honestly, both of these guys should be going pretty hard, just because again, Majin Buu Saga, like they've really been like dialing in on the Majin Buu Saga team, and also just like I said, they're at the end of the year, so they're very close to the 10th year anniversary meta change. So every unit that comes out should be like really good for a good little bit of time, like maybe like a couple of months even after the anniversary is done. They should still be good for a good little bit. Like especially the LRs. The LRs should be good for a while, even with the meta change, unless they completely like revamp Dokkan or some crazy stuff like that, where it's like, oh yeah, these events are so hard now that all the old units are useless for them. Now you need the new units type of shit. Like if they do something like that, then yeah, understandable. They'd probably be, but I doubt it. I 100% doubt it. But also, I'm yapping. I'm going to yap a lot. If you're new to the channel, you like what you see, sub up, turn on notifications, because we'll be getting you covered on everything that'll be happening for the 10th year anniversary and also all of the information coming up for Dokkan and out the end of the year, because there's a lot that's going to happen. It's going to get very, very, very chaotic very soon. So subscribe, turn on notifications. That way you can be a part of everything when it's happening. So let's get into Goten first. I'm stuck on the Goten craze right now because I'm going to be talking about him a lot with this unit. So I'm going to try hopefully not to get it confused with Goten and Goten while I'm looking at this. So again, with this one, Gifted Warriors, first of all, Gifted Warriors, Sibling Bond, like getting a good little bit of buff with this unit, and which is pretty solid. That means like going forward, he's going to be really good for like just a Goku's kids, like Gohan, Goten sort of team if you want to run that. Like, and again, like the more Gohans that we get from like Majin Buu and up, is the better. He should have the sibling bond. And then same thing for like if we get more Trunkses, more Gotenks, and more Goten cards, like obviously they'll get a buff from this one because of the Gifted Warriors. They're in the Gifted Warriors. Vegeta's in the Gifted Warriors as well too. There's a bunch of characters in the Gifted Warriors, but they'll be getting the buffs. But focusing in on like the Goten, Gotenks, and Trunks sort of team, that is a fun team to really run. I think I took them in a couple of days ago to I think Gogeta event and beat it, and was very surprised that Goten and actually Trunks still the EZA, the recent EZAs, and also the actual Dokkan Fest of them still performing very well at a high level even in those stages. This guy's going to be fitting right into that. He might even take the spot of probably one of the units or so, depending on really, because again, like the Trunk stuff is still fitting in with the Gifted Warriors. He's still protected, so he's really going to be fitting in with a whole lot of teams that you can sort of fit him in. And again, all these categories that you're seeing down here is what he's in on. The last one that you're not seeing is cut off is tournament participants. I don't know why that's cut off, but it is. So the passive, like, so actually before we get into that one, the raising attack and defense for one turn, it causes supreme damage to the enemy. The passive, as you've probably been staring at it and stuff like that right now, again, 180 right out the bat is pretty good right now. Like I said, especially since you're probably going to run him again, as his passive says in there, and a second or third attacker in the turn. So again, it'll probably make him a little bit more safe. Actually, he probably won't. Now that I'm thinking about it, he probably won't take the spot of the recently other Goten or something like that. They got Easy 8 and stuff like that. I think the intelligence one or something. He might not take that one because if I'm not mistaken, I think them Goten and Trunks, they have like damage reduction with one of them is on the rotation or something like that. So he might not, and I didn't see no damage reduction with this one. But again, like I said, it just depends on who you have and stuff like that in your box to really run. But I thought it was pretty solid, plus an additional attack and defense 20% with each attack performed, up to another 100%, and then plus additional attack and defense and high chance to evade enemies' attacks, including super attacks. When there's another gifted warriors or siblings bond category ally in the same turn, again, really protected with the Trunkses and stuff like that, Gotenkses and all that. So working pretty well, plus an additional 20% chance of evading enemies' attacks and high chance to perform a crit hit as a second or third attack in a turn. So again, with that high chance up here and then at 20% on that one, like you should be getting some dodge off in the second or third slot pretty solidly. Like most of the time, I would probably say it's very consistent. Gifted warriors and sibling bonds category allies key plus. I'm gonna assume this is 3 because on the keyboard the pound is the 3, so I'm gonna assume that's supposed to be 3 key, and then attacking defense 60%. Again, the support with that for this unit, and like I said, Gotenks, like it's just right now. Gotenks is really that dude right now, so it's like him getting that buff with him as well too is even better. Now, what a lot of people are probably going to be looking at the most is wondering how good this is, because you probably have summoned this guy a lot. If you've been on Dokkan for a good little bit now, you've definitely probably summoned him a lot, either got him rainbow or close to it, because he plagues banners and summons sometimes. And now seeing he's really that good, that just means going forward when you're like getting crapped on about a unit and you're like, man, I'm seeing this unit so many times, just remember, if it's old enough and he could possibly get an EZA pretty soon, or even a super EZA for the really old LRs, just be like, in the back of my head, this unit's going to be incredible. 100%. So there is the typo on this one, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a super physical type is 4 key, but I think it's just still 100% across the board. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I seen something down here that said it. So I'm going to run with that one. So I'll see other official translations and stuff like that. But I'm going to assume they'll probably be correct. You know, Twitter, I'm going to assume they're all right with this one. Now, the super attack 12 key greatly raises defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to the enemy. 18 key raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage, and greatly lowers defense. The 18 key unit super attack massively raises attack for 1 turn and greatly raises defense for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage and massively lowers defense. That's pretty dope. Obviously, you need a Majin Saga Goku. Again, like I said, you can pick from the bushel of Gokus from that era right there that are pretty solid right now. So if you wanted to run like a Majin Buu team, you're pretty much covered in that, to be quite honest. You are very covered in that one, especially when eventually like the Goku and Vegeta, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku Vegeta, when that unit gets a EZA, man, good lord, goodness gracious. So the passive, the meat and potatoes of why we got this 100 plus a million damage, best case scenario. Key +2, attack and defense 200% for 5 turns from appearance, plus an additional key +2 and attack 100%. So 300% attack and 4 key, like, it's pretty solid. Not gonna lie, that's what, already 10 key without links and stuff like that. That's pretty solid. Yeah, that's pretty good. Plus an additional key, attack and defense 10% up to 180 each time key meter raises by 1. Oh wow. Okay. That's crazy. Guard against all attacks and launches an additional super attack when key is 18 or more. Interesting. So I can see where the I'm going to assume the attack is about to start ramping up with this unit. I can see that. I can see like the numbers going like, like really quick. I could see that by like maybe like 2 turns or so. So damn, this unit might actually be hitting like comfortably like stats of like 50s, maybe even 60s after a couple turns. Because it looks like so far it's just like raw. Besides the guard, it looks like raw stats. You know, it's just like, give me stats, like up my stats, you know, which means if you get super attack, because I don't see any damage reduction right now. So if you get super attacked first, then you can still get walloped. Like you can still get hit pretty good. But after a couple of turns, depending on what event you're sort of in and depending on if you have type advantage or not, you know, whatever, like enemies buff so much, whatever it is, like you either might tank it or you might get sent to the Shadow Realm, but the dude has to super attack first. Definitely has to super attack a couple times. So when all allies attacking in the same turn, the obtain key spears plus an additional defense of 10% for all allies, self-excluded per key meter above 18. Was that just like 6? Because 24. So 60% defense. Okay. If I'm reading that wrong, let me know let me know seriously. Plus an additional key +4 and attacking defense 59% when there's an ally whose name includes Goku attacking in the same turn, and then I see it's another key +4 and attacking defense 59 when Majin Buu Saga category ally whose name includes Goku attacking in the same turn. Okay, so the other one doesn't have to be. So if you have the Goku, then you're gonna get another 8 key. Holy crap! What was that, 118? Yeah, 8 key and attacking defense 118. If another Goku. Oh my god. Okay, I see where the raw stats is. So basically, this unit has no problems getting 18 key super attacks. So basically, you're getting that massive. You're getting that unit super attack. Basically, probably like all the time. Like literally all the time, but pretty much. It's gonna be a rare time if you don't. Because you can still play around and put him on whatever spot in the rotation that you want. But yeah, he looks like raw stats, and once them raw stats really kick in, he's going to be pretty diabolical, which is insane, dude, insane. And I gotta say, just for like I said, for the Goten, you're just thinking about Super Saiyan Gotenks the whole entire time. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, like, oh my god, you're still thinking about that the whole entire time of his team just getting more buffs. Quick sort of tangent before I get out of here. For everyone still wondering about the 10th year and stuff like that, like I feel like we're still getting closer and closer to fusions being a really big I would say like front runner for it right now, because big money makers and stuff, and they want to hype it up as much as possible. So fusions could be. I just want to say this. I got this Gotenks, not me like messing around and buffing Gotenks like crazy or anything like that, because I did it on stream when I was using him casually, like 28 million crit on a super attack, like on the actual super attack. He obviously tanked it and then countered and did 28 million on that counter attack. This is Gotenks. This is the first Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks that's close to a new meta for one of the biggest celebrations of all time, if not the biggest celebration of all time in Dokkan history, is the 10 year. That is 10 years of being a relevant game. Like, that's this unit. If we get a Vegito that is countering, which we know we are, listen, where you at, my guy? Like, ferocious power. Like, I was looking through, and all the other ones don't have that. They have counter with tremendous power and stuff like that. That's what they have. Gotenks has ferocious power. Like, if we get Vegito that's countering normal attacks, that's sort of the gimmick to him. He counters normal attacks and foresees super attacks and stuff. Like, if we get that unit, I'm gonna be dead ass and say that it's not far-fetched. It's not crazy. It's not far-fetched for me to say that unit could literally probably do 20 million crit on a normal attack. A 20 million crit on a normal attack. If Gotenks can do 28 million on a super, like, in one time, or depending on how many of them hit him, like, depending on how many, like, enemies you have, like, it wouldn't be surprised if it, like, and you can even lower and say, like, 15 million on a crit. But I'm pretty sure, like, Ultra Instinct Goku can get sort of those levels. So I'm saying 20 million. Hell, it might even be more. It might even be 25. And that's insane, because then the damage output for that unit is even crazier. And also another thing you have to really think about is with Super Saiyan 4s and stuff like that, and also Gogeta's gimmick usually is that he's high chance of being effective against all types. We've seen effective, and I think we've seen super effective against all types. I wouldn't be surprised if, again, the counter has already got a ferocious power. We've already got ferocious power creep. I would not be surprised if the same thing happens for effective against all type, and we get something stupid like mega effective against all types where literally that just makes Gogetas, like all new Gogetas going forward, and units like that that have effectiveness against all types, just catch up to the brokenness that countering would be. Because again, you would have to balance that. You'd have to have some balance for that. You couldn't have just all the units that could counter just be doing everything, and then like all the units that are super effective still, yeah, just having like effective and maybe super effective and staying in that meta. You would have to have something that counters that with the new meta going forward to make sure they're, again, that unit has to be future proof for like 6 months. So I mean, at least, you know, if for that meta, and then maybe again more for going forward. But I wouldn't put it past, honestly. I really truly wouldn't put it past having some crazy dumb like modifiers coming in for the 10th year. And like I said, this is just units that are at the end of this year getting EZAs and sub EZAs, and we haven't even got to the Dokkan Fest, Dual Fest, that again potentially I've heard a whole lot about GT, and it would make sense. GT hasn't been touched like at all. I like, you got to remember, you got to take yourself out of being the consumer who's playing for a second and put yourself in the band, like, well, not Bandai, but Akatsuki, the dev team, and being like, our quotas at the end of the year, we do our earnings, all that stuff. What's going to get people to summon like crazy at the end of the year, besides the step up banner that most people probably really won't even touch all that much because of the 10th year anniversary? What's going to get you to summon on these dual Dokkan Fests or Carnival Dokkan Fest, whatever the fuck they want to do? What's going to get you? How about a Super Saiyan 4 standalone Gogeta and Super Baby 2? And again, they didn't fight each other, but we already have another Omega. So we don't need another Omega. The one that we don't have is Super Baby. We don't have another Dokkan Fest Super Baby. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case and we got that. Like, if they are LRs, that's even, like I said, that's even more dangerous. That will get you. I know a lot of people are saying right now that, oh, no. But when you see the units and you probably see the sales and everything, it's going to kick in, it's going to register. You're going to be like, holy shit, that's a Gogeta. Holy shit, that is a baby. And I'm just saying those two because that's something that would get me to summon. I love GT. Like, that would get me to summon. I'm just saying that. But like, it could be just something diabolical that is planned to get you to come up off some Dragonstones, fam. That's just how you always got to look at it. That's just what they want to do. It's always chaotic at the end of the year. And if you're new to Dokkan and you're hearing that and you're like, well, damn, well, what should I do? Whatever the fuck you want with your Dragonstones. That's what you should do. That's what you should do. Listen up. If you made it this far in the video, you know I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for sticking around this long, listening to your boy yap at the end of it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys are feeling. What are you feeling? How are you feeling about these units? Do you have the Vegeta, Rainbow, whatever, Goten? What do you have him at right now? I think I might have that little dude, Rainbow. Actually, I think you could pick him up right now if you don't have him. I think you could pick them up with the gift cards, if I'm not mistaken. But let me know in the comment section below. Other than that, have an awesome day / night. Stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.